Today I went looking for snakes. First I spotted this massive northern water snake, so naturally I dove for it. Just look at this guy. And after I released him, I caught this musk turtle, also known as a stinkpot. But he was kinda shy, so I let him go.
See ya, dude.
Then I walked past some friends, and snatched this little painted turtle.
Nice.
Look at those colors. See ya, little guy. Next I spotted another water snake, but he got away. However, this red-eared slider wasn't so lucky.
Oh yeah, you're beautiful.
These guys can get pretty big. Subscribe. Hey, wanna see something cute? This baby garter snake is chomping my finger. It doesn't hurt, but don't tell him that. He thinks he's got me good. These are completely harmless, but some snakes are venomous, so be careful. Subscribe. Today I went looking for snakes. First I found this eastern garter snake. I can tell that's what he is because of the yellow stripe on his back. Next I found this big toad under a rock. These guys just finished breeding for the year, so I'm not surprised to see this big female. And just a few rocks later, I got another one.
Another toad.
Then I found another eastern garter snake.
Here's one.
This one is a bit duller, but he still has the stripe on his back. Subscribe. Today I found something cool in my backyard. This is an eastern box turtle. I can tell because of the unique pattern on his shell. I didn't want to stress him out though, so I let him go. Subscribe. Today I found tons of snakes. First I spotted this eastern garter snake sitting in a tree.
Dude.
Look at that guy. Then I found a northern water snake eating a frog. These guys are completely harmless, but they look similar to some venomous species. Next I found this wood frog. He looks like a leaf. After that I found another eastern garter snake. And then another. Look at these guys. Then I found a baby one under a rock.
Holy crap.
Very tiny. Here's another one. And one more.
Wow. What a snaky day.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Subscribe. Tonight I found something really cool in my new pond. Here's a better look. This is a spotted salamander. These guys spend most of their time hiding underground, so this was definitely a welcome surprise. Today I found some snakes. First I grabbed this baby black rat snake. Look at that pattern. These guys get darker with age. Next I spotted this venomous northern copperhead on the road. Here's a closer look. These guys have such a cool pattern. The next thing I found wasn't a snake. This is a massive common snapping turtle. I wouldn't want to take a bite from one of these guys. Lastly I found an adult black rat snake. So now you can see how different they look from the babies. This guy was super chill, definitely one of my favorite snakes. Subscribe. Today I found something really cute. This is a baby common snapping turtle. He was pretty angry, but at this size they can't cause much damage. Like always, I took some pictures and let him go. Subscribe. Today I went looking for snakes. First I spotted this beautiful timber rattlesnake. These guys are highly venomous, so I can't get too close. But luckily they're very laid back. Surprisingly, he started to climb a tree, which is fascinating but also slightly frightening. After that I found this black rat snake, so I picked him up. These guys are super chill. Next I found this northern water snake. These are a lot less chill at first, but they quickly calm down. Here's a slightly smaller one. Lastly I found this big angry snapping turtle. Subscribe. Today I found a snake. This is an eastern garter snake, and he's getting ready to shed his skin. I can tell because of his cloudy blue eyes. Look at that bright red tongue. After I was done looking at him, I released him into the rocks where I found him. Subscribe. Today I found some snakes. First I got this tiny red-bellied snake. Look at that belly. These guys give birth to live young rather than laying eggs. Next I found an even smaller ringneck snake. This species is mostly fossorial, meaning that they don't come out in the open very often. After that I found this really cool Dobsonfly. Look at the size of this thing. Next I found a huge black rat snake. This guy was 6 feet long. Despite their size, these guys are completely harmless. Lastly, I found this baby water snake. These guys might look venomous, but they're completely harmless. At least they're enthusiastic. Subscribe. Today I found something in my window well. This is an American toad, and these guys get stuck in here pretty often, so I helped them out. They do have poison glands behind their eyes, but they're harmless to humans, and it's a myth that they can give you warts. Subscribe. Today I found tons of snakes. First, here's a common garter snake. I always find these in weeds like this up against a house. Next, I found this beautiful ringneck snake under a rock. Look at that yellow belly. This is probably the biggest ringneck I've ever found. After that, I found another garter snake under one of these steps. Here he goes. Next, I looked under a board and found another board, which had no snakes underneath. Next, I found yet another garter snake. This one's pretty big. And lastly, another one by the house. These things are everywhere. Subscribe. Today I found something in my backyard. This is an eastern box turtle, and I'm pretty sure it broke my dog. These guys are awesome, and although they resemble tortoises, they are in fact turtles. This one wasn't in a good spot, so I moved it, but it's important not to move these guys too far. Subscribe. Today we went looking for snakes, and let's just say we found what we came for. First, Evan found this garter snake. Here's a closer look. These guys are super common here in Vermont. Next, Grandpa flipped a rock which had 4 snakes underneath, one of which was this absolutely stunning eastern milk snake. If you also like snakes, subscribe. Today I went looking for snakes, and I ended up finding something very unexpected. But first, I found this big garter snake near this rock wall. Then, under a wooden board, I found my very first 4-toed salamander. These are very uncommon in this part of Pennsylvania. After I let him go, I found this beautiful northern water snake. These guys are commonly confused with copperheads and water moccasins, but they are completely harmless. Here's another one, but this one is way bigger. Their pattern fades as they get older. Subscribe. Today I found some snakes, starting with this little garter snake. These guys are very common and can be identified by their yellow stripes. After that, I flipped a rock and found this little dusky salamander. This area was very damp, so these were absolutely everywhere. Next, I found a cliff, which had a waterfall running down it. Here's a toad friend, and this epic view. And finally, another small garter snake. Subscribe.